Thanks for joining us on this Sunday morning. I'm meteorologist Jacob Dickey. The time now is 8:25. We wanted to join you on our digital content here at WCIA3 News to talk more about this snow. Lots of folks checking in. Of course, Chief Meteorologist Kevin Lighty is in the field. I'm here in the studio. If you have a report, we want to check in on those comments and let us know if you've gotten a lot of snow, little snow. We see Kevin out there now in the field. A quick check with him. We'll be with him in just a second here. If we don't have any more snow coming, but we did get a lot in areas. We've got our weather camera network we'll take a look at. The Roofing iDog net cameras here in Pontiac, seeing quite a snowy scene. And we'll take a look at cameras here first. Kevin, though, is in the field. It has been a snowy morning for us here. Our forecast, we were a little under in a few spots. Tell us what you've been seeing as you've been driving out there, the storm tracker this morning.
Oh, wow, Jacob. Yeah, it has been an interesting morning, that is for sure. I am right near Cisco right now, and in this area here, they got just absolutely dumped on when it comes to the snowfall here. Nearly 10 inches of snow fell here. So what's interesting is if you're in Champaign, okay, and you're driving along, you're in, parts of Champaign County, yeah, a few inches of snow, it's nice. And then you start driving west on I-72, and you cross into Piatt County, and it is night and day in terms of just how much snow fell. I mean, nearly quadruple the amount from places like Champaign to places like Monticello, Bument, and Cisco, where I'm located. So I will say this, the main roads have been pretty good. The interstate was pretty good, despite having 8 to 10 inches of snow across the area. But you get into some of the side roads, and you get towards some of the in-town roads that maybe haven't been fully plowed yet, and they're going to be snow covered, kind of like what we're seeing here. So again, amazing just how much snow did fall in only about a 15, 20 mile kind of area. But where it did come down, it really dropped several inches here. Now, I would say it's very pretty out here in the rural countryside and whatnot, but you still need to be careful and, take it easy. And again, very wet, heavy snow as well that we've seen. And so that has added to the weight of some of these branches, and I've seen several branches snapped and whatnot. Even found one in Monticello where it's actually covering the road there. So still something that is fine weight of that into the ice that we had as well. But again, you can see here just the pictures that you're seeing here should look pretty good in terms of the trees that are just coated in the white. And so it's so far, I'm just taking it easy. There are not a lot of people out, I can tell you that. Very few people that are out here right now. I've not encountered a lot of traffic, so that's good news. A lot of people just staying inside. But kids waking up here, I'm sure, on this Sunday going, wow, look at all this snow.
There is a lot of snow there, Kevin. Looks like the roads there got some partially covered snow. We'll talk about road conditions in a bit. You mentioned the heavy, wet snow. I'm half wondering, Kevin, here we are looking at our weather camera in Charleston. Folks down there, I think, are jealous. There wasn't really much. There was a little dusting, and then it disappeared already this morning. But, Kevin, you're driving around in it still. Are you going to stop and have a snowball fight if you see anyone out and about there in Piatt County? And I think, can Kevin still hear me, DeMario, in the back? If he can, I want to know if he's going to have a snowball fight. And I also want to know, Kevin, if you've had any snow cream before.
So, snowball fight, I could. There's actually somebody right here. He's out, looks like he's out in his little four-wheeler there. I don't know if he's doing some plowing or whatnot, but I can get out there with a snowball at him, but I'll probably pass on that. But again, you can see that, again, these rural country roads, they have they've got a lot of snow on them here. And so you've got a lot of people that have their own snow plows and whatnot, and they're out here doing their work to clear their own driveway because you kind of have to. You live out in the country, you got to have the equipment to do that here because they're not coming to get you until last out here. Everybody knows that that's lived in the country there. Now, as far as your snow cream comment there, I may have had a variation of that. I guess this depends upon what your definition of that is.
Yeah, I've got a recipe here I want to share with folks. Living in Mississippi for a number of years, folks down there, whenever they got snow, they would try and make snow cream. This is the recipe real quick if you're watching. Take a cup of milk, 1/3 a cup of sugar, 8 cups of snow, and this heavy, wet snow is perfect for that. Make sure you avoid any yellow snow, though. We don't want any lemon-flavored snow or anything like that. A little pinch of salt helps, too. You can mix it all together in a large bowl. The kids will love it. If you make snow cream, if you're watching here on Facebook, Twitter, and on our app, you can top it with sprinkles, chocolate chips, syrups, anything like that, and have a great, delicious snack. You have to eat it quick. That snow cream will melt. But this snow, Kevin, is a perfect kind of snow to get snow cream. And we've got some folks in the comments. Well, let's see here. Malia says that was her dad out there snowing. So you passed her dad. She's watching. And Barbie says you should definitely throw a snowball at someone. So, Kevin, we should go back through Monticello. Maybe you can catch some folks there and whatnot. Maybe even make some snow cream. I wish I had sent you out with some ingredients because it's a delicacy. We didn't quite get enough here in parts of central Illinois, but Piatt County in particular, Kevin, it's been a fun drive. Tell us more, Kevin, about this morning when you got up and headed the interstates and the roads. You mentioned those road conditions. And once you do that, we'll talk about road conditions and what they look like now.
So when I left this morning about 5:30 from Champaign, it wasn't too bad. The interstate was pretty close. I-72 towards Monticello, and right at the Piatt County line, things really got interesting there. And I would tell you this, I know I'm going down in kind of a low area here.
All right, so yeah, Kevin, we lost you there for a second. Your last words we heard were you're going down into a low area in your feed. We'll jump back to you in a second. These are the latest reports from IDOT. They look a bit better this morning, but you can see by what some of these reports are. When Kevin got out there, again, he was talking about how it was a very quick transition to that heaviest snow band that pivoted and centered itself really over Macon and Piatt counties along I-72. Here's Champaign, Ford, at Douglas counties. They're reporting it as partially snow-covered, the same for Vermilion and Edgar. The interstates are looking okay here as far as 57 from Champaign south to Mattoon, Charleston, and to the east to Indianapolis. I-70 is fine. Folks, I think watching in Cumberland County, perhaps down in Marshall County and Effingham County, probably a little upset with that snowfall forecast. The heaviest snow band stayed just to the north of that. Folks in Piatt County, Macon, DeWitt counties, mostly to totally covered snow. I-72 still reporting slick spots from the Champaign County, Piatt County line all the way to Springfield. And even the I-55 corridor picked up just a little bit of snow there. We can see from Springfield to Lincoln up towards Bloomington, I-55 and 155 that heads to Peoria from Lincoln, showing some of those snow-covered roads as well. This is why we had that. The snow is exiting the area, but that heavy band that sat over Piatt, Macon, and parts of DeWitt County, too, had quite a bit of snow there. I think maybe we have Kevin back. That snow band, when it parked there, really brought those road conditions down. You again mentioned those slick spots are mainly confined to those rural roadways. And we still don't have Kevin, so he's driving out there. Kind of checking in the stream there. Maybe if we can throw Kevin in one of the story walls so I can see his stream, that might be helpful for me too. But that snow band really came down over a very localized area here. So Kevin is out driving. We know he's there. We hope we don't have to go get him unstuck as he's on some of these rural roads. He's just having some interference with cell service, and we'll check back with him here in a quick second. Let's go ahead and pull up Max 2 Full if we can. I want to take a look at some viewer photos out there. This is from Oriana. Lori checking in with the snow there. In Beement, Jacob Waller built a snowman there. Of course, Beement is where Kevin was reporting from this morning. A snowy scene. This is Monticello. My friend Luke sent this photo in me. Luke and I went through FFA together. He's from Monticello area. That's 8 inches of snow on his car. And you can see the thick, wet snow as it came down in Monticello. Very heavy, very wet, very fast accumulation here across the region. There's a look at Tuscola. We see snow there as well across parts of the area. We thank you all for sending those photos. We'll keep those photos coming too. As far as it goes, we want to see those photos, and we'll continue to share them on our social media and on our website. Meteorologist Jack Gerfin's behind the scenes helping to get a album together. And we'll keep sharing these photos throughout the day. You get the kids out playing too. We'd love to see them. Some of us did get some very beautiful snow photos, though, over the last couple of hours. Let's go ahead and pull back here to the pod and take a look at some of these snow totals here. These are some of the reports that we got across central Illinois. The highest we know of so far is in Cisco at 9 3/4 of an inch, just under 10 inches. Kevin was out there and can confirm that from his reports. Monticello, Mount Zion, Saragordo, all over 8 inches. We had Decatur and Sherman coming in at 6 inches. And then 5.5 in Oriana, Riverton at 4, Springfield reporting 3.5. Did get an unconfirmed report of 7 inches in the Springfield metro. Champaign-Urbana here had about 2 inches. A lot more reports than this from the National Weather Service, a lot more reports from our viewers, but it gives you an idea of the main heaviest snow, which fell in a band primarily from along the I-72 corridor from Piatt County through Macon County into parts of Sangamon County here. I think we've got Kevin back. Kevin, we can see your road here that you're on as we pull that shot full. Just 2 wheels, right? You can see where someone has put those wheels in the snow.
Yep.
Other than that, it's covered.
That's exactly right. So I am just literally about 2 miles outside of Cisco right now, and I am on one of the country roads here, and you can see it is covered with just the tire tracks that I'm following that luckily somebody has made their way through. But this is what it looks like on any road that, really hasn't been plowed yet. And you got some of the, the locals that live here that have been out and whatnot, and you're trying to stay into the tire tracks as you go about 20 miles an hour, like what I'm doing here right now. And again, it is down here near Cisco where we've had those highest reports. I just tweeted out a picture when I was in downtown Cisco of the church there. I measured the snow there right in front of the church, and it shows just a little under 10 inches of snow that fell. But again, the interesting thing is since I've been in Monticello and Bument and Cisco, the actual streets inside the city limits of those places have all actually been pretty good. But you get just outside of those city limits, the rural country roads, like what you're seeing here, and look at that. You can't even see the tire tracks now. What I'm getting ready to do, though, watch this. You're going to watch a huge difference. Okay, I'm coming up upon Highway 32. So 32, that comes right here into Cisco, and as we creep up here, look at the road now that is in front of me. That is essentially clear. Now there are obviously, spots, but hey, you can see full pavement. But there are still obviously slick spots and ice there on these on the roads and whatnot. So again, you kind of get an idea. I'll switch to my little back camera here as well. So again, you can see the roads that are here on the main drags, the main, highways and whatnot have been treated, but you get on those side roads there and a big difference. Again, you get 10 inches of snow, and that's a lot of snow down here that we have seen. So I'm going to be coming into Cisco here. I'm about a mile out from Cisco, and again, this is the area that had the most amount of snow here. So once I get into town here, just jump back to me and I'll show you some of the pictures.
All right, Kevin, we'll be looking forward to that. Before we go, Kevin, at some point, I'd like to get a picture of you on camera. I know you're driving right now. We'll come back to you for one quick check-in here in a little bit. One thing I noticed, though, Kevin, is the power lines and trees were coated with snow, and that has caused some problems. As of last check here, just before 8:30, a number of outages. There are 8,100 customers without power here in central Illinois. The highest reports coming from McLean County, 2,600. DeWitt County has 700. We know last night there were outages in the Farmers City area. Champaign County, it was at 1,200, down to 414 right now. About 700 out in Macon County. Logan County down to 300 or so. Sangamon County at 200 and Piatt County at 465. We have had some folks who have said that they've had some damage where a huge branch fell on it. Ed said that his shed was destroyed in the Springfield area when a huge branch covered with snow came on down. I did see some power outage reports. I don't We've got a lot of comments and people checking in, but some folks have mentioned that there's some power outages here across the area. That's been one concern. We know that with the snow, especially in those ice-covered trees, you get ice on trees, you get a heavy, wet snow. It will freeze to those trees and give those beautiful views that you're seeing out there, Kevin, as you're coming back into Cisco. We've got some folks, too, Kevin, that are saying that they want to have a snowball fight with you over in Piatt County. So you'll head to Cisco and Monticello. Maybe someone will join you there. We can see Kevin. He's throwing his hands up. He's ready for the challenge, right?
I'm ready. Let's go. Actually, I haven't been out to actually try to make a snowball yet to see how good of a packing snow. You would think that it probably is pretty good since there's a lot of moisture with it. So I'm sure this probably packs pretty well. And yeah, but look at these pictures here as I come into Cisco. You can see just the trees. Look at the trees there. You can see just, the heavy wet snow. And again, you can see, thank you, I'm going 12 miles per hour. As you can see on the speed limit there. But just look at the coating. I mean, and you can also see, if you can tell there, the snow that is starting to fall off of the trees because it's so wet and whatnot. But this area just absolutely got dumped on with the snowfall, and 10 inches of snowfall in this area here in about a 15-20 mile stretch around portions of Piatt County into Macon County. I tell you, I mean, it looks great. I mean, it really does. And you can see, just look at the main road here. I mean, it's clear. Like you can drive on these main roads, but you get onto those country roads like we just showed you, and a big difference here as well. So again, I'm just coming across the railroad tracks here in Cisco. What I will show you is, as we continue to kind of go along here, we're going to come up, if you're familiar with the area, as you come up here, there is an overpass that goes right over I-72, and so I can kind of show you what that looks like here as well. Just coming up here to the school, looks like, in the fire protection district here as well.
Yeah,
right
Kevin,
here where you can come up to 48. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, so we've got some folks that are wanting to know, again, the interstates and look clear, and you're heading that way. What's your plan from here on out, just so we can make sure we find someone to get a snowball fight with you?
Well, I mean, I'm just, gonna cruise around here. Actually, what I'm wanting to do is I want to get some drone shots, get some nice drone footage of maybe some of the snow that fell, because it does look really pretty on some of the road or some of the trees and whatnot. So I'm not fully 100% on where I will be just quite yet, but I'm going to be shooting some drone stuff here, hopefully before too long. It's kind of hard to pick where, because, it all pretty much looks the same, just really snow covered. Okay, so I'm coming up here to this overpass. So this goes over I-72. But again, I want you to notice on this road that I'm on here, they've plowed one side of it. So you can see the other side of this road is not plowed at all. So I know it's probably can't really see. I wish I could turn the camera sideways here, but so you can see the interstate. But the interstate itself is pretty clear. There's really no issues. They're wet. They've been treated, so things are a lot better. We'll just continue to cruise on down here. But again, notice this road that I'm on, that's coming out of Cisco. As we go north, this is actually Main Street that turns into 100 East Road. You can see there's only one lane that's actually plowed. I mean, the other side, there's 8-9 inches of snow over there, so you gotta kind of be careful about that. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. I encourage people, if you have to get out, you can. I mean, that's the thing. This is I don't want you to think that it's impossible to travel. It's not. It's just, if you are planning on going into some rural areas, I would advise against that, because there's a lot more snow. And if you're in areas like Champaign and whatnot, Danville, far less snow there than as opposed to Piatt and Macon counties. But you just got to take it slow. There are not a lot of people out here that I've seen, so that's good. But you can see here, this is considered the quote Main Street that comes out of Cisco. turns into the country road here, and one side of it's been plowed, and as we go further, it'll get even worse. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna turn here just for a second to turn around. You can see here's a local guy that probably has been plowing here. He's the one probably doing some of the plowing on some of these roads. So you can see him there on his tractor, and so there he is, and I'll get out of his way so he can continue doing his job. But you leave it up to the people out here in the country, and they've got their own equipment and whatnot, and they do a lot of that work to plow a lot of this off. So that's kind of what we're looking at here so far. Jacob, we'll send it back to you there, and I'm going to drive back into Cisco a little bit here and get a few more shots around town. So as I come back in, you can come back out to me then.
All right, Kevin, thank you so much for your field reporting today. I know you took an early day. You had vacation time, and we called you in to get you out there and get some snow. Enjoy the drone footage. We'll be looking forward to that and seeing if we can't get some on WCIA 3 News at 10 o'clock tonight. So have fun the rest of the day. We'll be looking forward to your reports on social media, and we'll check back with you. So I'm sure you'll post those photos and whatnot. Here's our plan for the rest of the day here. Kevin's waving goodbye. Let's get him waving goodbye real fast as he's driving there, and we'll get him waving one more time. I think he's going to pop it back here for us. So we'll pop that stream up. There you go. Thanks, Kevin. We're blessed to have you here in Central Illinois. Thanks for all your hard work. All right, Kevin is out, and we're going to cover the rest of this in the studio here, get app updates out, get some social media graphics, aggregate all of the snow reports. We do want to mention, we haven't talked about it, there still is that dense fog advisory along the Interstate 55 corridor. The snow has stolen the spotlight. Fog will be a concern tonight in areas that got heavy snow here in Central Illinois as far as it goes. Be sure and download the WCIA 3 weather app. You get radar. You can add updates to that, to the forecast. You can add your viewer photos there as well. We encourage you to send us your viewer photos of the snow here in Central Illinois, the surprise snow, as I saw it dubbed on one comment on Facebook. Here's the plan the rest of the day as far as programming goes. We have no 5:30 newscast. We just have a cut-in. The halftime of the second football game on CBS. We'll have a full rundown in WCIA 3 News at 9 and 10. No more snow is expected during the day, at least accumulating snow like this. A few flurries possible. We'll be sure and keep you updated. Make sure you send us those viewer photos and reports. We appreciate it. And with that, we'll be signing off. Thanks for joining us for this special digital edition of Surprise Snow. Have a great rest of your day.